Data drained enemies are supposed to go down with one hit thanks to 9,999 damage.
But by your own argument, it is something that is beyond the game. It's something that is above it, that is almost admin levels of pain.
Don't bring your logic in here.
I'm sorry. Welcome to our .hack Let's Play. Logic has no place here. And we're still leveling up. I just barely noticed that.
Yeah, we're still...
Oh, is that just Mistral because she hasn't been around?
That was Mistral. Let's see, where are we?
Yeah, she missed out on the last couple of expansions, and
84.
therefore her level is weird.
Actually, her level's been... That's what I like about the game is your NPCs... God damn it. Your NPC characters, your party pals, basically keep roughly the same level as you. Which if I recall, they actually don't do that in GU, which was kind of annoying, because I remember one moment where I had to bring in a couple party members that I hadn't played with, really.
And so you had to go grind them up.
Yeah. So that was really annoying. But this game, they actually keep your party roughly even. Even though Mistral's essentially been MIA for most of the story.
Since, what, Mutation? Yeah, because she wasn't there for the entire third game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think half of Mutation, right? Because she went AWOL in the middle of that.
I believe so.
In the middle of the second game.
Yeah.
So at that point, like an expansion and a half is what she's missed. So anyway, back to Quantum. Again, I'm not saying it's horrible. It's good. It's good. It's okay. It's just when my litmus is .hack sign for the .hack series, nothing really has measured up to that.
But I can't agree, though, that you could... I'm not saying that the story... You're not entirely wrong where the story couldn't be set in something else, but it's not like the world doesn't factor into it, because it's another story of the world.
Yes,
basically.
but you could easily take that world factor and put it somewhere else. I mean, for crying out loud, it's Noah from Yu-Gi-Oh!
I never watched that part of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't really know Noah.
I'm gonna have to spoil this for people, but apparently, so the premise of the story in Quantum is that 3 friends come across the fact that a mysterious being is controlling the darkness within the world, and that darkness just so happens to be a kid who's in a coma, waiting for a transplant, but then finds out that he's been dead for 7 years.
Was he dead? I cannot... It's been a while.
It turned out he wasn't dead,
right.
But...
He was
because plot convenience works that way. I actually think that was one of the biggest failings of the series. Is he should have stayed dead.
That's actually how I felt about the ending of The Dig.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Well, you're not the only one there. Yeah. Just in case you guys couldn't figure this out, we've already finished The Dig.
We have finished The Dig, the Dimmy Dig.
No, I'll agree with you on that one. I thought that was too much of a cop out at the end, but. The same thing could be influenced here. Is like the boy finds out that he's been dead for 7 years, but he's been living in the world, which means he's like one of the few beings in the world that can actually feel pain, actually feels pain when he dies, things like that. Okay? In Yu-Gi-Oh!, eventually they come across a character called Noah. Noah is the actual son of Gozaburo Kaiba. Okay, now people might be a little confused by that. Seto Kaiba is not his real son.
Right.
He is an adopted son.
Because he fired his parents.
Yes, he did. He did fire his parents, literally. He's like, how dare you tell me I can't wear belts on my arms?
He lived in an orphanage because I had fired our parents.
Because I fired my parents.
And when you're getting picked up by orphans,
that's really sad now, because now we're hearing cases about kids divorcing their parents.
That's nothing new. That's been happening a while.
Yeah, but that's so stupid. Anyway, Noah is the actual son, but a accident occurs. We don't know what the accident was, but Gozaburo cannot let his son go because it's his son, damn it. And that's really the reason. It's his son, damn it. And so he constructs a atmosphere, or a basically downloads his brain into a virtual ecosystem, roughly, like a virtual environment.
Right.
That Noah then learns he can control. Okay? That's pretty much the story of the kid in .hack Quantum, where he realizes that his body is no longer there, and he realizes, oh, so this virtual world is mine to control. and therefore he decides to go and actually player kill people. But here's the thing, whenever he dies, he actually creates an area that makes any other player within the world feel pain like he does. So he basically rigs it so that he dies in an area.
Thanks, Mistral. Thanks.
And then player kills all these other people and they go into comas. Okay? So, that's why I'm saying Yu-Gi-Oh! Has already done this plotline. I'm pretty sure Marvel and DC have done this plotline. And all you have to do is just take the world out of it and say, well, he's downloaded into this network, and he lives there.
It's a sci-fi trope.
Yeah. And so at that point...
Get over here, you piece
And like
of
I said,
shit.
the biggest cop-out of the thing is that we basically find out that no, he wasn't dead, that apparently his dad had pull within CC Corp, of course he did, and he got put into cryostasis. Or into cryogenic chambers in their mysterious 6th basement. Because I'm guessing CC Corp has at least 10 mysterious basements.
Probably.
One of which houses the servers that house Harold's memories. He's all on a server. It's like Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where all of that one guy is on all of these servers. That there's gonna be one floor of CC Corp that is just all Harold.
Holy sap!
Because that's what you have to do with a human brain. But wait, those were 1940s computers. Shut up. So at that point, that's why I'm saying it's good. It's okay. There are a lot of elements that I thought were not utilized properly. So again, the kid not being dead. That actually, you know what? I actually did like the concept that he asked for Sakuya to kill him. And she doesn't. Like, she gives him a hug, and then he dies. Okay? That's actually a really cool way to be able to solve that. And yeah, you do feel bad, but at the same time, you could have the world kind of pay homage to this little boy who lived in it and had the worst experience anybody's ever had because he couldn't do PvP to save his life. One pinprick, he's like, ow! So at that point, the cop-out is that his body is alive and he's still looking for a donor. Another cop-out that I would actually say is I was expecting the guild leader to be Helba and she isn't.
Right.
She never actually intends to be. However, her character can use data drain, which made it sound like every character can now use data drain, which then takes the uniqueness out of the characters that can use data drain.
No, not every character can use data drain.
No, but the way she talks about it is like, oh, you just need to reach the higher echelons of levels, and all you have then you can unlock data drain.
She's like Helba because she's an expert hacker in that sense.
I get that concept, but that's not how the series portrayed it, or the OVA portrayed it. The series portrayed it as, I am so Leet's a player that I unlock data drain. And now my little girl character looks like a Cthulian horror with all these eyes coming out on her body. So at that was another cop-out that I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that because Sakuya was holding on to her friend, she now has the ability to data drain by accident. And all the girl had to do, or all the hacker had to do, was have her touch a wall, and then she got access to a folder, and that folder now lets her hack the game. Why?
It's been a while.
That's such a stretch here, people. Are you telling me the world had no safeguards for any of this?
Well, of course not, because the piece of shit.
So what you're basically telling me is that CC Corp has never learned their lesson on any of this stuff?
Of course they haven't. That's why kids keep falling.
I'll give you that.
That's why kids keep falling into comas. That was the aspect that bothered me, was they
or the fact that all of the coma patients are at hospitals that are conveniently paid for by CC Corp. For crying out loud, CC Corp is the umbrella corporation. Yeah. Can I just point that out?
That at least made sense, but that
part made sense. Where it was like, yeah, CC Corp wants to keep this quiet, and therefore they start funding the hospitals and gaining majority holdings. Okay, that makes sense, because CC Corp doesn't want their beloved world to be exposed for being the dangerous element that it is.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, maybe one of the things that Liminality should have done wasn't necessarily to get the kids out, but more to expose CC Corp for
Right.
being the umbrella corporation of this universe.
Well, that is the underlying goal, I guess. Is one, get the kids out and get what they need against CC Corp. Because that's how the first OVA opens. It's first you'll need some evidence that will hold up the court.
And again, back to the hand. I would have much preferred like Aura coming out and giving her a bracelet or something like that. I like the fact that, you know, when we started up this series, Kite meets Aura and gets given an element. Basically in this one, they say that the power to break the world was given to her by accident. And I never liked that as an element. It's such a hard thing to pull off by accident unless she is accidentally using it, which she's not. At least she does a couple of times, but if it's by accident, she should be doing it a lot more than she is. Like, she should be breaking the world every time she touches something.
Well, then...
Like, it should be King Midas touch kind of thing, because she shouldn't be able to control it. And the times that she actually does break the world, it feels like she's controlling it. And I get it, it's deep-seated stuff, but again, she is controlling it. And that's not how that should work. If Aura gives her a bracelet, there's a moniker of control. Because she has to call upon the power of the bracelet, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, that's kind of my assessment of Dot Hack Quantum. I don't want people to take this the wrong way. It's not in the negative ratings for me. I don't regret seeing it, but at the same time, when I'm comparing it to other Dot Hack animes, Sign is kind of the litmus, and Sign, I think, just does it a little bit better. Even the whole element of Tsukasa not being able to log out, I think, is done better than this kid. And the reason I think it's better is because you get, at least in my opinion, you get that sense of mortality with Tsukasa a lot better than you do with this little boy. Granted, there are a couple of times where I actually kind of wanted Tsukasa to look somebody in the eye and say, kill me, because I can't live here anymore, kind of thing. But, yeah, I'm going to say Sign did it better. Especially in the fact that they got an ending Tsukasa was able to log out. Whereas, as far as I'm concerned, the ending of Quantum is the boy's dead.
No, he's a lie. What makes you think
I'm saying I don't want that cop-out in the game, or in the series. I don't like that concept. I think the boy should have stayed dead. Because that would have given a sense of finality to it. I think the whole convenient, oh, my body is in cryostasis was just was tacked on, and it doesn't work. It takes every bit of weight to his death and all the pain that he had to go through and just wipes it clean.
Piece of
Sometimes
shit.
sometimes endings aren't feel good.
This is from the guy who's tired of dark and gritty.
What?
This is coming from you. It's like tired of all the dark and grit.
Yeah, but in the dark and grit, things work out for the dark and gritty character. Whether you like to admit that or not, they do end up working out for them. Sometimes you just don't like how that works out for them. You know, like in a post-apocalyptic zombie game, they live to fight another day. That's how it works out.
Virus Core W.
Here's the thing. I do not like post-apocalyptic games because they're overly done. Okay? This is not that same argument. This was built completely different as more of an optimistic story, as a girl who loves playing the world with her 3 friends, and it just so happens that shit came loose. Different story. So before people start getting on my case, different story concept. It's that simple. I can easily make that justification to you guys.
Yep, like I said, no lack of giant robots and emovers.
Well, it would have helped if it had those. That would have been the equivalent. So what you're basically saying, that would be the equivalent of my bribe. Thanks for giving me no credence. Now my next game review is going to be full of people saying I didn't like the game because it didn't have giant robots.
And emovers.
I don't like emovers. Or women who apparently, after letting a guy out of a plane, have the marksmanship of Hawkeye and can calculate everything to be able to hit them right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes. Oh, that was rich.
So,
Maniac Soul!
Speaking of, since we last played, you finished Gundam Wing.
No, I haven't finished. I've watched more of it, but I haven't finished.
Oh, I thought you gave me all the DVDs back.
No, I only gave you like the first few that you lent me.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
still have like 4 more volumes.
So where are you at now?
I want to say I'm about episode 39. No, 30. Shoot, where am I? Let's see. I started 26, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, about episode 39 probably.
I'm not sure where that is in the plot line.
All I know is new random girl with evil eyes.
You've come across Dorothy Catalonia.
Right, Dorothy.
The one plot element that actually pissed me off when I finished Gundam Wing the first time, because, well, she kind of got spoiled for me. Because around that time when the DVDs were coming out, Endless Waltz came out. And I'm going to spoil this for you now. She does make an appearance in Endless Waltz.
Okay.
And so at that point, we're all just like, wait, what's with Cat Eyes Girl? That's exactly what she is. Don't lie there.
Yeah.
It's Cat Eyes Girl. So we got our virus core, by the way.
Yep, we did. I know I don't need to fight the monsters, but I do want to get my infection rate down a little.
So you just barely got to her introduction?
Yes.
Oh, so you did all the recap episodes and all that. Okay, I know where you're at.
Yeah.
So you're entering into the Saint Kingdom arc.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I love the fact that Relina basically made the Saint Kingdom a girls' school.
Yeah, of course she did.
Because it just so happens that every world leader just has a daughter.
Of course.
Because that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the only boy in the entire thing will probably be a Gundam pilot, right?
Absolutely.
This is the way it's gonna go.
I still this is from earlier in the series, but I still love the fact Hero goes to like the trouble of setting up fake records for him in the school. Then he just leaves the school anyway.
With the magical disc of we never have to explain this because it's magic.
Yeah.
He just sticks it in there. My payments all cleared. I need to buy room and board, cleared. I need a haircut, screw that, cleared.
Now I'm just wishing more and more I went the Obscurus Lupa route, where because Lupa's been doing like recently she's been doing episodes of Baywatch and she'll like review them. So I wish I was doing that with Gundam right now with Gundam Wing, because there's so much to make fun of.
Like what do you mean? There really isn't a beach episode. What are you talking about that she makes fun of?
Well, right, or maybe did you ever watch Lupa's episodes of Charmed, where she would...
I watched a few of them.
Yeah, well...
But not enough to get her narrative.
Right. Well, like, okay, well, it's like that, but right now, Lupa... Jesus. Lupa is currently, like, watching through Baywatch, and she'll put up videos reviewing episodes at a time. Okay. And so...
Kind of like how Doug and Rob Walker do, like, the Adventure Time vlogs and all that.
But this one isn't a vlog, it's... I guess a little more in the Obscurus Lupa style.
Yes.
So I kind of wish I was doing what she's doing with like Baywatch right now for Gundam, just reviewing it episode by episode and having fun at its expense.
Oh, trust me, we can have that moment. We really can, because I remember enough about Gundam Wing's plot to be able to do that.
The portal's open.
Actually, that is one thing I wanted to ask you about. So how did you feel about Tuberoff? Mr. My Mobile Dolls.
Oh, that...
You know who I'm talking about, right? The guy who has the really funky-looking face, and he's the like lead engineer at Romefeller that created the mobile dolls.
I don't remember much about him, really.
Well, at this point, you've probably had like one showdown with him and Trey's, where Trey's like goes out in a Leo and faces off against the Taurus mobile dolls. And wins,
right?
Roughly. That's one of the things I love about this concept, is this whole arc is the mobile dolls are superior to everything, and then we can literally have the Gundam pilots kill them. Yeah. We can even have Trace Kush Renata kill them by just being himself. We can have Zex kill them, even though his Tallgeese is supposed to be kind of underpowered in space. But yet, no, he could kill the Taurus mobile dolls.
Right.
Really, people? I love Gundam Wing, but there's so much laughable bullcrap in it.
Yeah, there really is.
Trying to think. So yeah, you met Dorothy. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Dorothy is?
I don't think so. Not quite.
Okay. I can spoil it for you because the series won't explain it very well.
Okay, go ahead.
You remember the dude when Relina went to the Romefeller Foundation thing and she was all clad in 1776 gear?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yeah.
You remember there was a guy that was like in conquistador armor and had a big bold beard and stuff like that?
Right.
He was the guy who was speaking like this for the glory of the Romefeller Foundation.
Right.
That guy, it's his granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
That's who it is. And so therefore you're going to have to hear his philosophy not only from his mouth but from her mouth as she's speaking to Relina.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready to hear his philosophy a lot in the series because it's going to happen a lot. Because you'll basically go from a spat between Relina and Dorothy to his name is Duke Dermail.
Right.
To going to Duke Dermail talking to
Astral,
Tuberoff.
get back here.
Or something like that.
Oh, where'd she go?
Because yeah, at this point you don't have the Taurus mobile dolls anymore. You have the Virgos.
Mm-hmm.
The merging of Mercurius and Vea. Except they're all mobile dolls.
Right.
And I think at this point, Hero is like a random soldier. Like he's a soldier for hire now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like he has no purpose. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's with Katra. That's right. He's with Katra because Katra is now learning the evils of what he did when he was a horrible, horrible, horrible supervillain.
Right.
And I'm not saying horrible as in he did horrible things. I'm saying horrible as in he sucked at it. No, don't giggle that off. He sucked at it.
He did.
He was a horrible villain. Especially when he tried to be all insane. I'm gonna kill you, Hero. Yeah, that sounds sadistic. Seriously, Hero sounded like the villain in that whole thing. Katra, I'm gonna have to kill you. That sounds like more like a villain.
Mm-hmm.
He just sounds like a little kid who's playing with his toy.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Hero. So you're still liking it.
Yeah, it's okay.
But you're embracing the corny nature of the series. And guys, so to the hardcore people who are already going to be screaming at us because how dare we make fun of Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing is a good series, but it has a corny nature to it. For crying out loud, one of the things that I've been saying in my Gundam updates has been there's a corny nature to all of the series. Mm-hmm. In fact, I'm thoroughly convinced Double Zeta was meant, at least in the first couple of episodes, to be a comedic series. To make fun of the tropes that Gundam had already set up. And it still kind of does, but now, like where I'm at, it's taking more of a serious nature. And Wing is no different. I like Wing just as much as anybody else, but I can embrace the fact that there is crap that happens that just makes no sense. And it's fun to laugh at it.
Yes.
I mean, for crying out loud, I warned you in advance, the narrator, and his fixation and his fetish for the word however. However. In fact, you know what? If we do episodic vlogs or something like that, which I would love to actually do with you.
Sorry, we're short virus cores. Still short J cores.
All right,
fucking
well,
piece
go
of
grab
shit.
some.
Like that doesn't fucking take forever. That's the thing I hate about this game. I gotta.
Well, then you should have gone and done the virus core
I
farming.
thought I had enough. God damn it! No, I never fucking have enough. I have mail. Not as cute as the character, but I had it going when I was a little younger. Age. How old are you? Oh wait, I was supposed to ask a woman about her age, right? Oh.
And now Kite is dead.
Let's see, where do I get J cores?
Now we actually have to look this up. Now we actually have to play the game. So yeah, the Wing is a good series, but it has some quirks, and we have to make fun of them because that's how you enjoy it.
Oh, great. Gotta find small-sized monsters to get J cores. This could be a while. I hate to say it. This really could take a while.
Is this one of those things where we need to call it a day so that you can farm them, or?
Let's see what I can get. But we might have to pause the recording at least.
Okay. All right, welcome back, everybody. So we have a little bit of bad news. We're going to have to call it today because we just figured out that we have a ton of virus core farming to do. And unfortunately, Alex didn't get it done. So we're going to go ahead and give him some time to get some virus core farming done. In the meantime, though, we'll see you guys next time while we take on the other essential story cores and then finish this thing.